Let's bring in Senate Budget Committee member, Senator Bill Hagerty. Senator, it's great to see you. Okay, so we're watching what's happening at airports. It's felt like a stalemate for days. Then you get this really innovative idea. Have ICE go help. Your Democrat colleagues are going absolutely nuts about it. But it strikes me that they might be going nuts because they realize they've been outplayed and it's a good idea. What do you think?
You know, I think here we go again, Brian. President Trump has outsmarted and outfoxed the Democrats at their own game. They wanted to defund ICE. Instead, what they've got is a lot more ICE presence with the public, helping and assisting in ways that we know will be beneficial to the traveling public. Look, our TSA officers are overwhelmed. You just cited the statistics in terms of the call-out rates. Lines are backing up. They're trying to, the Democrat Party, have been trying to inflict pain on the traveling public here for the past month. President Trump has said no more. We really ought to be funding TSA. They ought to be getting their paychecks. But since the Democrats don't want to do that, he's going to assist them. He's going to let ICE, again, be a force multiplier, as your reporter said. They're going to do a lot of activities that will then free up the TSA agents to focus on where their most technical expertise is necessary in terms of screening bags, et cetera. And we will get the American public traveling safely again. I think what this is going to demonstrate to the Democrats is that we're serious. We're not going to take their hostage taking. We're not going to allow this to happen. And they need to be listening to President Trump and fund the organization, fund DHS right now in full.
But, Senator, you heard some of the sound bites, creating pandemonium from the left, saying parents are going to be separated from babies and people are going to be terrorized in the airports. I underscore that because that is the narrative. They'll take something, the Democrats, and they'll just twist it 10 ways to Sunday to make it fit their version. I wonder what they're going to do with this, because President Trump was in Tennessee today to mark Memphis task force accomplishments there. The crime crackdown there, quite successful. Homicides down 35%, motor vehicle theft down 67%, robbery down 51%, sexual assault down 38%. Obviously, Memphis really was a hotbed for crime, so there was a lot of room for improvement. But this administration, working together with the locals on the ground, they've done it.
Well, Jackie, you're exactly right about Democrat fear-mongering, and what they're pointing to is the kind of chaotic situation that they created in a place like Minneapolis, Minnesota. There you have an example of Democrat activists going in and trying to interfere with ICE, trying to interfere with law enforcement activities, and the result has been chaos and pandemonium, which seems to be exactly what the Democrats want. Look at my home state of Memphis. I was with President Trump there today. We have been working on this hand in glove at the local level, at the state level, and at the federal level. The cooperation of all of our law enforcement resources has resulted in a dramatic decrease in crime. Look, I'm a born Tennessean. It's heartbreaking to me to see what happened in Memphis as we came out of the pandemic. Sadly, the Shelby County School Board did away with truancy requirements. Kids weren't coming home, they were hanging out with gangs, and the gangs basically took over the city. In fact, sadly, the per capita murder rate in Memphis was the highest in the nation in 2023. Not in total, but on a per capita basis. We have fixed that now. The numbers that you just cited, the statistics, are still improving. We've got more work to do, but what I see there now is momentum that's going to yield, again, the safest city, certainly one of the safest large cities in America, more economic growth, more prosperity, and more opportunity for people in Memphis. So I couldn't be more pleased with the direction that we're taking. And again, this fear-mongering by the Democrats, they tried it in Memphis as well. They tried to block this activity. They've even got lawsuits trying to stop the type of results that you're hearing about. It is absolutely pathetic.
So cooperation was a good thing in Memphis. There's no cooperation happening in the Senate or in Congress right now. People have said, look, to cut through the impasse on DHS, you're going to have to do a reconciliation bill. Senator, last thought on this one. Are you aiming for reconciliation here, or do you see light through cooperation?
Well, I certainly think that a reconciliation bill is in order for a number of features. But again, the Democrats could make this very easy. They could just come to the floor. They voted time and time again to defund DHS. They could very simply come to the floor and fix this right now just by voting to support it. They're not going to do it. They just hate ICE. They hate the whole notion of protecting American citizens. They want to stand up instead for illegal migrants, illegal immigrants. And these are people, you know the record, some of them very, very bad folks that they seem to be standing up to try to protect. These are people who have entered our country illegally, who have been murderers, who have done some terrible crimes. Rather than try to eject these people, to deport them, they want to stand up, quote, and protect these illegals at the expense of Americans and at the expense of the paycheck of our TSA. We can get this done. We could do it through reconciliation, or they could just simply go to the floor right now and support it.
Right. They could.
Senator Bill Hagerty, thanks very much for joining us tonight.
Jackie.
We appreciate it.
Thank
All
you
right, we'll
both.
see you.